Todd said good morning. She did a bounce trip this morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Queen City Picker and Friends show. Good morning, Jabus. And my loyal friend, the only one that likes me enough to come into the show, Mr. Toddrick. How are you this morning, Todd? The silver hair stacker?
I'm angry.
He's angry. It always starts off with a good show when one of the old men are angry.
But that's how we roll.
Exactly. How are you this morning, Jabus? Is he the only one in here this morning?
He's the only one who's made a comment. There's 5 on the YouTube side.
Oh, there's Bumcrack. Good morning, Mr. Bumcrack. Top of the day to you. That's Irish, isn't it? Not British.
I think he understands.
Yep. You old men are always angry. That's right. That's absolutely right. Good morning, Vintage.
Go ahead and start handing out chings.
Well,
All
that's
right.
Todd. Todd's the one that sells everything.
I'm the one that does that. Speaking of cha-chings, I think I'll send offers right now and see if I get any during the show. Because I need money. I mean, geez, everything is so expensive.
Yeah, when I was in the grocery store day before yesterday, I picked up a dozen eggs, and those things were like $6 a dozen now.
Friggin'
Find out if my
eggs.
niece has any because she has chickens. Good morning,
Just
Chastity.
stupid. Just stupid how much stuff costs.
It does. I guess I could walk 2 houses down and see if my neighbor's got any eggs he wants to sell.
You know, I was out at the garage sales on Friday, and
Good morning, Nissa.
I went to like 40 garage sales, and at least 5 of them had a chicken coop.
Were they chickens or were they the show chickens?
Yeah, egg laying chicken. You know, chickens.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Just
that's chickens.
just your basic chickens. So yeah, I think it's pretty sad when you can build a coop or raise chickens and have eggs cheaper than you can buy them from the grocery store. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess it's fun too for some people. I mean, it's like another bunch of pets, I guess.
Well, I guess. I don't know. We don't have any Amish around here, Anissa. She says she pays $3 a dozen from the Amish. Jabez, where you headed, son?
Do, do,
To
do.
Alabama?
Wow. I haven't sent offers in a while. I can send 155 offers.
Dang. So how's everybody's business been? Good morning, Chick.
You know, thank God for eBay, or I'd be. I don't know that we could make it on our 2 little teacher retirements if it wasn't for eBay helping us.
Oh, you headed to the Low Country? Um, eggs in Memphis is 346 a dozen, 348 a dozen, and gas is 278 a gallon. Yep. Could be in this. And this says I don't send offers. They never take them. Must be a bunch of other resellers watching. Could be.
I hit about For the offers I send,
Mm-hmm.
probably around 5%, 5 to 10% turn into sales.
Um, how was your sales yesterday? Oh, he
Cha-ching.
got his chink.
Yeah, I'm getting rich $14 at a time.
That's
It was just, I don't know, I sold about $180 worth of crap yesterday. It's
good morning, Pink.
better than nothing.
Yeah, it is.
Not getting rich.
She said, Nessa says, I don't think I've ever had one turn into a sale, and I'm sending 50% off or better. Well, if you do like Lag does and do 100% off, you might sell some stuff.
Yeah, I really do think it comes down to what you're selling and not not how good of a salesman you are. Maybe, I don't know.
Ping says
Oh
eggs are.
my God, the puppy just brought in a dead possum. Quit.
Todd's puppy just brought in a dead possum into his office. I guess he came through. She came
God,
through
did you
the
kill that?
storm door. I mean the doggy door.
Oh my God. God, you are. I thought it was a toy. Furry like a toy.
Todd said he thought it was a toy. Did you call Gwen and tell her to come get her dog's toy out of your office? That's right, Jameis. Possum on the half shell. That's right, Anissa. You hang with the old guys and you hear all kinds of stuff. You don't have those people with 100,000 subscribers and 5,000 views per video doesn't deal with possums. Yeah, Jameis, a live one would have been a little bit worse. I don't know, Ping. We'll have to ask him when he gets back. So, as my title of the show says, it's 251 days till Christmas. Are you starting? Good morning, Lag. Were you listening when Daphne brought in a possum? Oh Lord, I'd have loved to seen his face. All three of you. Uh, did I have to say what? It's 251 days till Christmas, Anissa?
Oh my God. She brought in a half-grown possum that was. I guess she killed it. I don't know.
Yeah, we were all laughing.
I hope Mama Possum doesn't get after her.
Oh Lord.
What? No.
Oh, Lord, Todd. Yeah, I believe so, Jabus.
Get out of there.
His pronouns are we and they because there's so many people in there. His personalities.
Don't you bring in another possum.
Todd's lecturing Daphne about not bringing any more possums. Oh, Lord. Good morning, Julie.
Damn. I'm glad it wasn't dead and stinking,
Yeah,
but
I'm glad it wasn't still alive.
I don't need her to get rabies off of a neighborhood possum.
She's a hunter.
Jeez.
Yeah, Jabus. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, glad it wasn't a skunk.
Oh, Lord. Nissa says you don't get this on any other kind of channel.
Yeah, possum about 8 inches long, so it was about half grown. Ugh.
Yeah. Julie, I don't know if you've been following us long enough or Todd long enough. What was it? A couple of years ago, it was before Gwen retired. You had the skunk incident.
Yeah, that was 4 or 5 years
Or
ago.
was it that long ago? Time goes by when you get old.
Yeah, Bonnie got into a skunk in the backyard, and that was hell.
They don't carry rabies.
What?
Uh, Possums don't carry rabies.
They don't?
That's what everybody's saying in the chat. Roberta just said it's true, so if she says it's true, it's true. Good morning, Mr. Sadie.
Oh my God.
How far? Todd's got him a hunter. Daphne brought him home lunch.
Just wrapped up that possum in some paper towels and took it out to the outside trash can. Oh my God. Yeah,
What have they changed now, Lag?
I remember Dwayne the mothership.
Whatever happened to him?
He quit reselling and he got a new job in Alabama. I think he only lives about an hour from Beard. But I think the last I heard from him, I just sent him like a happy birthday on Facebook, like you do.
I can't even say half the words that's in that list, so I'm gonna just. That opossums don't get infected with. Is that what you were going at, Lag?
Hang on.
I know, Mr. Sadie. He could. Skunk Day. Now Possum Day. He's all right. So, that's what every that's what that's what possums have. Okay, whatever. I was looking forward to planting a little garden this year because my outside cat, who is now an inside cat, uh, kept the squirrels run off, and now I guess I'm not on plant any vegetables because the squirrels will eat them. Yeah, one of these days, Mr. Sadie's going to inherit Todd's Wild Kingdom. Ooh, snakes. No, 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 no. No snakes. We're not doing those.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
That's all right. You're just having a crisis this morning.
Yesterday she brought in a big roach. I was playing with it. It wasn't quite dead yet, but she had a roach. Dang, this dog's gonna get some weird disease. Morning, Jake.
Good morning, Jake.
Snakes in the attic.
Um,
The excitement never stops around the Silverhurst Stacker.
yeah. I don't know whether you were listening or not, Jake, but Daphne just brought Todd lunch. A possum. Gwen's got to go out there and clean it and fricassee it.
Yeah, she'd be like, Granny, clamp it, cook that sucker up.
Yeah. Throw it in a pot of rice. Southerners eat chicken and rice, pork and rice, possum and rice, everything.
You don't live in Central Texas and not see a roach once in a while.
Um, as I said several times, I said my title was 251 Days to Christmas. With things being so slow now, is anybody going ahead and trying to ramp up their listings
Cha-ching.
or try to do anything to maybe get a jump on it?
See, those sold for
Did you just get a
on an
sale?
offer. Yeah, that's my second cha-ching during the show.
Dang, Todd. Are you just selling? Are you marking stuff down that much, or are you just?
Well, yeah, those weren't. Is a pair of drinking goblets,
Yeah.
Fostoria.
Uh huh.
They sold for $7. Yay. But it's out of here. I need to clear shit out or clear stuff out.
$7. That won't even buy a cheap beer at the holler.
I don't know.
The opportunity pile demands it. Yeah, that sounds better than death pile. I'm actually where I'm supposed to be at now. Lag. That's curtains. That's curtains. I'm not in the tent anymore. She's up there in the other part of the house. I had the curtains open behind me. There's shears behind it. Todd said it was making me look bleached out, so I figured I'd show all of this goodness by closing the curtains. So, nobody's thinking that far along. Because time flies when you get old like me and Todd.
Yeah, it just took 4 months off my life seeing a dead possum was in my dog's mouth.
I swear I wish you had been on camera when you turned and looked and saw Daphne with a possum.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. She's such a wild thing, but she is crazy.
See, that could have been up there with when Nikki opened that that soup in her van, sitting in front of the storage unit, and it popped off easier than she thought it was.
Yeah, Gwen just said a second ago, that dog's getting a bath today.
Nikki was down in Florida. I mean, in Texas. How far was she away from you? Do you know?
Uh,
She was down along the coast, so that's
she was way down south at, I think Port Aransas is what she said.
is that like towards
Corpus. Yeah, she
okay,
was,
like Louisiana side?
no,
Okay, she was in Corpus Christi.
farther south. So, yeah, Corpus is like 7 hours from here, 7 or 8 hours drive.
Well, hell, it's 7 or 8 hours drive to the border. It don't matter which direction you head from where you live at. In 8 hours, I can drive from one side of South Carolina to the other and back to my original beginning point.
Yeah, we can get to Oklahoma in about a little less than 3 hours, but yeah.
Okay. Um. So far, you got two things you got to pack up.
Yeah, a dead possum and some glasses.
Yeah. Send the dead possum to lag.
I should do that.
Mm-mm-mm. Oh, your son is in Corpus Christi, Anissa? I'm surprised you had with that snow y'all have had. I'm surprised you haven't moved down there for the winter. Let's just say, be that mother-in-law that moves in, but he's not married, is he? Okay. Do you, Vinci said she was checking her price, going to be checking her prices. Does anybody ever just go in and like put everything on 10% sale just to move that stuff? Cello. I know you do, Julie. I've been watching your store.
That was creepy.
Huh?
I said that was creepy.
No, everybody watches their store. Robert says that was creepy. Everybody watches everybody's stores.
That's the way you said it.
Huh?
That's the way you said it. I've been watching your story.
Your store is 20% off right now? You change prices, Red? Hank says, laugh out loud, Roberta. Oh, you women folk would get along just fine with my wife. Um, Vintage is running a 30% off on for Easter. Is Easter this Sunday?
Yes, it is.
Um, Mine's not even active right now, Julie. I closed it down while I
Okay, I'm back.
That's fine. Don't encourage her, Hank. Hank says, I love Roberta's commentary. Always spot on.
What did Roberta say?
I said that I was watching Julie's store, and Roberta said, well, that's creepy. And Hank had to jump in and edge her on. Oh, my goodness, Tom. You don't know when Easter is? Honey, I don't. Because it moves around, doesn't it? Good morning, baseball. I thought it was this weekend. Because I have a niece that's having a baby shower next weekend. And I heard Roberta tell her mother, why didn't they have it on the same weekend so we could do the Easter thing together? Yes, she is the brains of this operation, Javis. I will say that. My wife is brilliant. I got an invoice, speaking of my brilliant wife, and her searching out answers. I got an invoice for my heart attack that happened 3 years ago for $2,000 from the hospital. And so Roberta was looking at, online, and she can't find any where it's done, where it's actually in place. And she said, well, we'll just wait and see what happens. Because it doesn't show up like an amount owed. So it seems like maybe they just sent it out because they didn't send it out when they were supposed to send it out 3 years ago. God, I love the hospital authority. No, that wasn't. That was, according to Roberta, 3 years ago. Just so she's tracking it now. Well, that's just it. If in fact I do owe the $2,000, I'm not going to, when I talk to the little person that answers the phone, and she can't tell me why it waited so long to send me a bill, I'm going to say I need to talk to somebody that, up the food chain. They can tell me why it's taken so long.
Yeah. Some of that medical billing is just, I think it's run by morons, led by idiots, and
It should
supervised by crazies.
it should be all automated by now.
You would think. Uh,
Uh, you,
so,
that's the least of things to get me riled up, lag.
so yesterday I got 2 different items has not arrived. Cha-ching!
Dang, Todd, that's 3.
Sold a watch, $31. So, one of the items that didn't arrive, I checked the tracking and it said it was signed for and picked up by an individual at the post office. And the buyer said, no, nobody picked it up. And then later yesterday evening, they messaged and said, oh, it arrived. I'm like, what? Somebody at the post office in Florida was clicking the wrong buttons or something. Why would a tracking say picked up at the post office? That makes 0 sense.
Well, if it had been, they attempted to deliver. Well, did they have to sign for it, or was it just a package?
No, it's just a package.
I don't know. Because if they had to sign for it, and they make 2 attempts, and if they then they
It's going to take me 100 sales to make what lag makes in one.
I know. What'd you sell,
Anyway,
Lag? Wait a minute. What did you sell, Lag? And was it on eBay?
probably a
Oh, was it on Prairie Dog?
scanner or something.
It's just, I don't know.
Well, Julie, that's because your post office workers have it out for you.
Yeah.
I don't think mine do. But anyway, then the second one, I looked at the tracking and it says it's coming back to me because of insufficient address. And all I did was go on eBay and create a label with the one they have. And the buyer said, you didn't put the complete address on it. Well, yeah, I did. And I sent him a picture of the address I sent it to. Haven't heard back from him. But I'm going to get that thing back, one of the pizza cutters back.
You know, they should make, I hate doing this myself, but they should require everybody to confirm their contact information at least once a year. What was it like, to an apartment number that wasn't listed on it?
I guess we could do a Google search of where it went. Let's see. I used to have Google Earth on my thing. Let's see. It went to an address, Laguna Niguel, California.
Yeah, James, that would help too.
Problem is, if it comes back to me and the buyer doesn't want to pay shipping again, then I'm out the cost of the first label, and it was like a 5-pound package, and it was like $18.
Well, can you subtract that from the, if you have to refund them, can you not subtract that from the purchase price?
Do what?
Wait a minute, did they pay shipping?
Yeah.
Okay, then I wouldn't refund them the shipping if you have to pay it back. Because see, it's been about 5-6 years ago. I shipped a hard drive to a guy in Pennsylvania, actually, some little town outside
Yeah.
of Pittsburgh, and they had moved, and the package was delivered to the address, and so they didn't get it, and then they complained to eBay, and eBay said, that's not on the seller, that's on you. So ended up the person that I was shipping to was still friends with the next door neighbor where the package went to, and he asked them to walk next door and ask them if they had received a package. Well, they had. They had marked not at this person's not at this address, and stuck it back in the mail, and it went back to the post office. So, the eBay said I had done what I was supposed to do. I had shipped it to the address that was on record. So I was free and clear. It was on them.
Yeah, but just a pain in the ass to get that back, and
Yeah.
I bought some boxes for those pizza things. They're 20 by 20 by 6, and I know they're at least $2 a box, so I'm at the price of a box. But anyway,
But
grab complain.
Jabez made a good point. You should have to. There should be a pop up, and you should have to confirm the shipping address before it before the transaction is processed.
Bum, 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 bum.
I think you should be able to subtract like 10% restocking fee when it's not your fault.
Well, you can do that, but I don't.
Well, you should get your price of your boxes back. Yeah, I like that, Texas. If you ship to the address listed, it's under the tough shit file.
So anyway,
But eBay doesn't always believe in that.
grab complain. Now I gotta.
Chastity says my tough shit file is overflowing. I should do some spring cleaning.
That's right. Uh,
You know, good morning, Tactical. I don't know. I don't know what people are like Jabez says, and I agree with him. Good morning, Landshark.
all right, Phil. I'll quit bitching. It's just
That's right, Phil. Tell him. One old man to another.
I shouldn't have brought it up. I'm just getting grabbed out by Phil now. That's all right. I deserve it. Phil, do you charge a restocking fee? Put a 1 in the chat if you charge a restocking fee for a return.
When it's not your fault.
When it's not your fault.
That's the name of your complaint department, Julie.
See, Anissa doesn't do it. She put a 0.
But
Tom, do you charge a restocking fee?
I don't. I never get returns.
Oh,
because unless
Jabez doesn't, Tactical doesn't. Nobody charges a restocking fee. If I'm a buyer and I see somebody charges a restocking fee for a return, I'm probably not going to buy from them.
I'm saying, like in this case, they gave the wrong address.
They used to ping, do they not anymore? I thought you could. Craig, I got an order coming back because of insufficient address, and I shipped it to the correct address. So the buyer put in a claim that it never arrived. You can't anymore? Well, it can't have been just super long ago that you were able to charge a restocking fee.
Then everybody needs to start adding the cost. Make sure they're adding the cost of boxes and stuff like that to the shipping fees. I didn't, but then again, Todd, time flies by for us. It just seems like a couple of years ago I heard people talking about restocking fees.
Let's see. Going to listing and I hit revise and I'm gonna.
Anissa, whose side are you on here?
Isn't there something in the shipping policy that you can? I remember you used to be able to charge a restocking fee. Domestic shipping.
Well, see, Jay, besides, that's another thing too. I don't sit and click up to make sure everything's been delivered every day. Maybe I should.
I don't see anything in shipping policies that allow you to add a restocking fee.
Oh, is a partial refund? Is that what it's called now, Mr. Sadie?
Yeah, but to do that, you have to offer free returns. I don't offer free returns. That was years ago? Was it so long ago?
Dang.
Okay. I mean, I believe you, but I thought it was still there. Anyway, I don't do it anyway, so what am I worried about? Dang, when did I sell those boots? Must have been when I was taking the dead possum out.
You sold some boots? I didn't hear. Well, you must have muted your mic. I didn't hear any ka-ching.
Yeah, I sold a pair of dang.
Do people not, Jabez, do people just not, I mean, they buy stuff and when they never receive it, they just write it off?
Why
Because
don't I offer free returns?
they get a tracking number.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't, Sadie. I don't know. Mainly because I don't want it returned. If they have the option of free returns, wouldn't that increase the amount of returns you get?
I would think so.
Never heard of what? Does anyone know? Automated offers option. I don't think I want to do automated offers. Because some of the items I have, I'm not going to take any less for, period. How many days do y'all have on your returns? I got 30 on mine. Jake likes the automated offers.
How does that work, Jake?
It's just something you can do. You're an evil pup. She's here now smelling where that, sniffing around where she set that possum down. You're an evil little puppy. Come here. So guys, don't ever let your pet possum get near this animal right here, because she will tear it up. Look at that innocent face. She's like, what did I do?
I'm not doing anything, lag.
Yeah, she just got her flea medicine day before yesterday, so. Was it a 30-day supply? It was like $30. The Possum Slayer.
Yeah. There's your t-shirt.
It could be that Bonnie killed the possum and she's just brought it in.
Yeah.
Bonnie used to kill squirrels. I don't know how she could catch a squirrel, but I bet Bonnie killed 8 or 10 squirrels when she was young.
Okay.
But
Jay.
Bonnie's getting a little arthritis in her hips. I don't
Oh, that's
think she
bad.
could catch a squirrel.
Jake says you can set the offer discount amount or percent to automatically send out when someone watches or looks at your item or places in the cart for a few hours, etc.
Yeah, but I've got a few items. I'm at the lowest right now that I will take on it. I will take on offer on it, but Bonnie's the old dog. Bonnie's about 13 now. She's getting arthritis in her hips. Anyway,
Good morning, Sue. You said it per item, if I remember right. So, Jake, if I go look at your sticks and twigs, I'm going to get an offer? Or do you have certain items that you don't have that on?
so Sue says you can set offers on only the items you want to have automatic on. Okay. Yeah, that trumpet I sold yesterday, I had 4 offers. And then somebody just paid full price. So all the offers said, I got messages on all of them. Offer was declined. Why do they tell me offer was declined? Because somebody just bought it for full price.
I don't know.
If you use Jake's offer, he sends people to deal with you. The Amish Mafia. Anyway, Tom, I'm sorry I hijacked your show.
No,
with all the
that's
excitement.
fine. Dang it! Usually it's the other way around.
You know, real life happens.
Lag got another $300. What did you sell, Lag?
He sends Mr. C. I don't think I want some grizzly great grandpa showing up at my door trying to make me pay up. Possums happen.
Oh, well, no, I didn't say where. I said what.
Well, you know, Gwen feeds the neighborhood cats, so we're always going to have possums and skunks and raccoons show up to eat.
You know, if you were Pinocchio, Lag, you could stand at Atlantic City looking towards England, and we could walk all the way across the Atlantic on your nose.
We can trust Lag. He always says that we can trust him.
Right. You have a signed copy of the Bible. You need to get it authenticated. Okay, Tactical.
Signed copy of the Bible.
Oh, that's cool, Sue. How are you doing, by the way?
Mm-hmm. Who's it signed by?
If it's by Jesus, I think it's fake. She's a robot. What did Tactical see? Oh, yeah. He is such a hoot.
Never trust someone that says they can trust you.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear that, Sue. Jesus. from Nazareth. Yeah.
Jesus is a carpet installer in Charlotte.
Yeah. He did a good job too. If anybody lives near Charlotte and needs some carpet laid, I got his contact information.
So, Tom, I got to be gone tomorrow. I'm going to help my oldest boy move
Again?
again
Where are they moving to now? Your guest bedroom?
across town. They live close to Austin. So, getting my packages out in the morning, then I'm heading
Okay.
south with my big truck to help him move his stuff. He's going to do all the lifting because I'm too old to lift heavy stuff.
Yeah. Make him get 2 men in a truck.
He did for some of it, but
Did they buy a house or are they just moving?
they're moving into a different rent house.
Damn, Todd, you need to go ahead and buy a house and let them rent it from you. Tell them it'll come back to them in the end.
I did that once, but
Oh, that's right, you did. And then they both
they,
moved out.
then they both moved somewhere else. Yep. 2 men in Dad's truck. Yep.
Yeah, 2 men in Dad's truck. Well, you be careful tomorrow. Yeah, just that's what Todd needs to do. He just needs to go ahead and buy South Fork. I hear it's for sale again, and then all three of or well, three of them, including the daughter-in-law, they can all move in with Miss Gwen instead of Miss Ellie, Miss Gwen.
He finally bought a house.
Todd, and this, if they would give give Gwen a grandchild, they would probably have a house, and it'd probably be within a couple blocks of Miss Gwen.
Yeah, after I get through helping him move, I'm going to need Preparation H and Bengay. Bunch of Tylenol and ibuprofen and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I think my oldest son, if would be just fine inside. Now he does yard work and stuff like that. You know, he does that kind of stuff. But I believe he would be just fine if he had a condo with soundproof room walls.
Bye,
Because
Sue.
all right, Sue, have a great day. Uh, whereas Roberta and we're tired of neighbors.
Yeah, a belly band to hold my hernia in. And this,
You better be careful, Todd. Uh, Todd's got to go help his son move tomorrow. You got anything to say about that, dear?
Don't hurt yourself.
Don't hurt yourself, Todd. That's what Roberta says.
it can't be any worse than unloading the hand dryers out the back of my pickup. But
Have you got any of those listed yet?
why do you keep asking inane questions?
Because I want to know if you sell one.
It's going to be weeks. It's going to be way after Nashville before I even touch those things.
James, my next door neighbor had a John Deere lawn tractor with a 42-inch blade. He couldn't even finish one beer before he was done cutting the grass. No, James, I'm just curious to see how well those things sell. I mean, really. can only oh Lord, Craig. He's not going to sell any to any elementary schools because you know little boys they just run their hand under the faucet and then start shaking them. Oh, they don't sell. I guess they're not tested or listed. They're all 110, aren't they, Todd?
Uh,
Or you know?
I think Dyson made two different powers, but I think most of them are 110. Yeah.
Did Beth pop in? Hey, Beth. Good morning. You on the way to the office? Or are you working from home today?
No, the hand dryers are in the backyard shed out there with the possums.
Possums. No. Well, maybe some possums now. You know you're
Yeah,
down one possum.
I put those out there so the possums have some place to live. They made a nest inside some hand dryers.
Well, you know, the part where you put your hands at looks like that would be a good place to build a possum nest.
Yeah.
No, they're not in Gwen's office. Todd would be doing his show from the side of the road because Gwen would put him out on the street.
I still have light bulbs in the carport though. I need to get out a pen and paper and see if those are going to be worth buying boxes for and selling those.
Yeah, he's run out of. Do you still have the hot rod?
A hot rod?
Yeah, that car that you had.
Yeah,
Didn't you have like a Challenger or something?
I've got an old Dodge Avenger.
Avenger. Well,
It'll
that's
get up
good.
and go. It's 6-cylinder with dual exhaust.
Yeah. Jabez, he filled up the trunk of his car, the bed of his truck, and now he's working on the back of Gwen's car.
Call from Eden's Mitch.
That's right, Hank.
I guess he
There's
couldn't
no-
buy the Thompson. Yeah.
There's no telling what's near the bottom of my death pile.
Good morning, Swamp.
I've probably got $1 million worth of stuff down up in there.
Yeah, Todd could retire to the south of France or Italy. He had all all of his stuff listed. No, Joanna. Good morning, by the way. I don't know who it was. Somebody wanting.
You getting a P.O. box, Beth? I'm about priced out of P.O. boxes. They're up to like $75 here now. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to renew it when it comes due again. The only thing I used it for was like eBay and stuff.
Right. Do you still have it?
Yeah.
That was you, Lag? Uh-huh. You know, with this, what's that, voice over IP? that all the phones have gone to now is nice because you don't pay long distance. You can take your number any place you want to go. If you live in North Carolina and you want to move to Huntsville, Alabama, you can still carry that number with you. But it makes it so easy for people to do these fraudulent calls. Like we get calls from Spectrum saying, "Oh, we'd like to offer you a new rate on your bill," and we know right then that's not a real number. Because Roberta has to go through a special person to make any changes to our service. And I would assume that would be flagged if it was a legitimate robocall from Spectrum, that it would be like, nope, take this one out. So anyhow, it's 10 o'clock and I have got stuff I got to finish doing. I did get my desk moved. Roberta's situated up there in the den. But I still got so much more stuff to do. I need to get the treadmill moved. Yeah, it's post office should be making plenty of money off of their post office boxes. But even the what are they called? The pack and ship places that have the PO boxes or the mailboxes, they're expensive too. You missed box 1 and 2. Oh, sorry, Beth. I know what you're talking about now. Ah ha ha! I thought you were my friend. I get enough grief.
He hadn't
But
got
it's
his
all
signs
gone.
up. He hadn't got those signs up on that filing cabinet there. It should say drawer 1 and drawer 2.
No, it's going to say personal, that kind of stuff on the first of it. Been selling for 24 years and never needed a PO box. Yeah, but this day and time, I don't know whether you want your personal address all over the God creation. I mean, like Todd and Jake and Bridget.
Are you going to want to do a show tomorrow since I'm going to be gone?
I don't know. It's going to just be how things go today. I probably will. If somebody will come in here with me.
All right, folks, thanks for showing up to Tom's show. He's such a great host.
Yeah, I try.
Such marvelous, organized. Always got his notes for topics laid out, ready to go.
Yeah, nobody just wants to talk about anything. We are pro 2A here. What does that mean, Anissa? Todd doesn't care. He will post his $50.
What was
slag yours?
What was the theme of today's show anyway?
It's 251 days to eBay. I mean, to eBay till Christmas.
Oh, well, that was.
Well, I tried to talk about it, but nobody seems. It's like, whatever,
Yeah, that's quite a ways off.
Yeah, but you know what? Is the way people talk about sales are so slow. Is there anything that people need to do to get headed in that direction?
Mm-hmm.
The Second Amendment. Okay. Second Amendment, is that freedom of speech or is that?
Yeah, I got to go pester the Lutherans.
Oh, that's right. Today's Lutheran's Day. Okay, well, go in there and look extra spiffy for them today since you weren't there last week.
Right.
Smell good, look good, walk with a good stride in your. Say, hey, babies. Did you miss me? All right, guys. Y'all have a great day. I'll think about tomorrow. If somebody wants to hang out with me, send me a message. All right. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thanks again. Thanks, Todd.
All right. Gotta go.